Hey, we want to take a second to thank our sponsors, our friends over at Marcus Theaters, the Palace Cinema here in Sun Prairie. It's truly the place to watch movies. Come in and be greeted by a friendly face when you enter. Come get your tickets. Then make sure to stop by the concession stand to get some delicious refreshments.
Here you go.
Thank you. Then settle into a dream lounger, sit back, relax, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. Hey, it's Real Reviews. Hello and welcome to Real Reviews. This is your March episode of Real Reviews. I'm Jameson Rabbit, and of course, sitting next to me is the great Steve Sabaki. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
How are you?
You know, this is my first day with my new glasses.
Me too.
Wow.
We are seeing each other in
Look at that.
2020 vision.
It's the connection. Yeah, I'm no longer Mr. Magoo.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a beard before.
Oh man.
Wow.
This might explain some of your choices from the previous
you
episode.
look entirely different.
Yeah. I'm sorry you have to see all this in crystal clear. But here we are. We're going to talk about some movies, but the Oscars are nearly upon us.
Yeah.
Oscar telecast, the 98th annual ceremony is March 15th. And so we are going to get into our annual picks and predictions in the second half of this show. But before we get into Oscar discussions, we saw some movies.
Yeah, I saw a few.
We saw some separately. We have no movies that we saw together for the first time. But so we're going to jump right into our reviews, and I'm going to have you lead us off with a film that you got to see that I was hoping to see. What do you have for us?
I think we're starting with Wuthering Heights.
That we are.
Are we? And
The screen says we are.
There it is. All right. Wuthering Heights, directed by Emerald Fennell. Learned how to pronounce that. I guess I was mispronouncing it the wrong way previously. She gave us Promising Young Woman and Saltburn. She directed and wrote the screenplay for this version of the romantic period drama, which is loosely based on the 1847 novel by Emily Bronte. Did you read the book?
I have not, no.
You didn't read it in high school?
Nah, I probably was assigned to read it and did not.
I think I read it in high school, or at least the Cliff Notes. This version stars Margot Robbie as Catherine Earnshaw and Jacob Elordi as Heathcliff. There they are.
Frankenstein himself.
If you are familiar with the story, the foundation's pretty much the same. Kathy's father, Mr. Earnshaw, an owner of the Wuthering Heights estate, rescues Heathcliff off the streets, brings him home to become Kathy's pet. The two develop a strong bond. Years later, when Kathy and Heathcliff are young adults, Wuthering Heights falls into a state of disrepair due to Mr. Earnshaw's alcoholism and his gambling habits. Kathy, to get out of that environment, plans to court their new neighbor, the wealthy Edgar Linton. Heathcliff is jealous. He disapproves. He eventually leaves after overhearing that Kathy is going to marry Linton. So while the first half of this movie is, for the most part, pretty much by the book by Fennell, or Fennell.
There you go.
I know I screwed that up. It's the second half of the movie after Heathcliff returns to pursue Kathy where the film starts to get more Emerald Fennellish. I would be more descriptive, but this is a family-friendly show.
I know how Saltburn and Promising Young Woman ended.
This is not your grandmother's Wuthering Heights. It's not a remake of the 1939 movie, which I did see recently, which starred Laurence Olivier and Merle Oberon, which was nominated for Best Picture. If you look at the poster, you see quotation marks there. It's in quotation marks, the title, and Fennell has said that she intended this film to recreate the feeling of a teenage girl reading this book for the first time. I kept thinking that if my daughter would have been 14 or 15 years old and wanted me to take her to this, would I have done that? No.
Yeah.
I mean, there were times when I was watching this where I questioned whether I should have been there. The 1939 film was this sweeping romantic drama, and I get it. It was 1939,
Sure.
a long time ago. Despite what people may think, I was not around back
No,
then.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, maybe I'm just too old-fashioned, too old. I miss that slow-building, sweeping cinematic romance. I wanted to see more of that. This is Wuthering Heights for the TikTok generation. It wasn't made for old guys like me.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, on the plus side, yeah, it looks great. I thought the standout performance came from Hung Chau
Oh,
as Nellie Dean, who was
okay.
Kathy's servant. The two leads, Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, I mean, they did what they were supposed to do. I don't think their performances went over and above what.
I mean, they're both great actors.
They're both great actors. I saw Frankenstein. I actually thought Jacob Elordi did a much better job there. Fennell has now directed 3 films. This one ranks second behind Promising Young Woman, Saltburn,
There's a large gap between those two movies for
which
me.
was awful. I
Yeah.
think you and I talked about it
Yeah.
on a past show. Is a last. So
Okay.
average for me on this one, 2.5 stars.
2.5 stars for Wuthering Heights. Kind of surprising, because this was
You thought I was going to be more than that?
I thought you were going to enjoy this. I mean, not knowing anything about it, just the prestige of the Wuthering Heights.
Well, with her, you just never know how
Yeah.
she's going to treat this.
Yeah.
So the first half, I was going, hey, this isn't that bad. Then all of a sudden, it just changed.
The turn came.
It turned a corner.
All right, very good. All right, you also have the second movie
Ooh.
we have up. Yeah, we
I'm
got
going to do the second one.
heavy lifting today. What do we have?
All right, this is Crime 101. It's directed by Bart Layton, and Chris Hemsworth plays Mike Davis. He's an overly cautious jewel thief. He works diligently to leave no evidence at the scene or have any kind of violence at his robberies, and he escapes on Route 101 each time. That's where the title of the film comes from. Mike is looking for that one big heist that's going to allow him to retire. And after he's grazed by a bullet at his last robbery, he calls off another one, much to the dismay of his fence, played by Nick Nolte. Nick Nolte is
there you
still
go.
around. But Nick Nolte enlists a young hotshot biker played by Barry Keoghan to do the next robbery and also keep an eye on Mike because he doesn't trust Mike. So also keeping an eye on Mike is LAPD Detective Lou Lubesnik, played by Mark Ruffalo.
What a name.
And Lou believes the lone suspect is responsible for all these robberies, but his theory is dismissed by his bosses, but he's determined to solve this case no matter what. And also in the mix is Sharon. She's a high-end insurance broker played by Halle Berry. She becomes frustrated at her job when she's denied being promoted, so a la Thomas Crown Affair, she decides to work with Mike on a robbery to get back at her bosses. This movie owes a lot, and I mean a lot, to Michael Mann and his Cops and Robbers classic, Heat,
Great.
which is one of my all-time favorite
Yes.
films. It looks like Heat. It sounds like Heat. It has a style like Heat. There's a romance that develops between Mike and a stranger who rear-ends his car. There's a meet cute for you.
Yeah.
Played by Monica Barbaro, who reminded me of that romance between Robert De Niro and Amy Brenneman
Yep.
in Heat.
It's a book about medals. You're a weirdo.
Yeah, there's an interaction between Hemsworth and Ruffalo that reminded me of that classic meeting between Pacino and De Niro.
Oh boy.
I mean, this is Heat all over the place. Now, is it a complete copycat? No, and I can't fault a movie completely for trying to be like one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Chris Hemsworth, but I thought he did a good job playing this cautious jewel thief with this mysterious past. He's always looking over his shoulder, and he trusts very few people. Mark Ruffalo, he was kind of this Columbo-like detective, the crumpled detective who's obsessed with catching the thief. I liked seeing these two together.
Okay.
In something other than the Avengers.
I was about to say, yeah.
Only
You've seen them together.
They're only together on screen together a couple of times.
Okay.
On the negative side, boy, this is one of those movies that's got so much talent in it, and some of that talent is not given much to do. I love Monica Barbaro since I saw her, and I know I bring this movie up all the time, but since I saw her in A Complete Unknown, Jameson hates that when I bring that movie up. I wanted to see more of her, and if you blink, you'll miss it. There's a very brief appearance by Jennifer Jason Leigh
Okay.
as Lou's soon-to-be ex-wife. There's a few coincidences that occur that I didn't quite buy, such as a slow-building relationship between Ruffalo and Barry, who happened to meet while attending the same yoga class.
Okay.
Because LA is a very small town.
Yeah, right.
And but I do give the director Bart Layton credit for trying to come up with an effective and engaging adult crime thriller. I was entertained. I enjoyed it. It is a bit too long.
Okay.
The ending was a bit of a stretch for me, but I wasn't bored.
Oh, okay.
And I gave it 3.5 stars.
3.5.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of movies have tried to copycat Heat because it is one of the great movies.
Yeah.
And failed miserably. So if you can assimilate that and not flame out entirely, that's good.
Well, I mean, as I'm watching this, I'm going, oh, this is like Heat.
Yeah.
With the music and the way they filmed it.
Heat 2 coming out soon.
That's right.
Yes. They just had casting news for Heat 2.
Yeah,
And, I'm so
yeah.
excited for that.
Is
I just
Michael
started-
Mann going to do that?
Yeah.
Is he? Okay.
I just started reading the book. I got the book for my birthday. I just started reading it. I can't wait. Can't wait. All right, 3.5 stars for Crime 101. I like it. All right, moving on. I have a movie that I got to see finally in the theaters. It is Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. A confusing title, to say the least. It is... I feel there's a huge contingent of people who know nothing about this, and the title throws them off. You being one of
I'm
them.
a member of that group.
And without getting too heavily into the lore of what this is, back in 2007, there was a web series called Nirvana, the band, the show. And it was a little web series that was hilarious, featured two best friends, Matt and Jay. They're friends and roommates who'd formed a band called Nirvana, the band. The use of Nirvana confuses some, but the guys have no idea there's another Nirvana out there. They think they created this idea. And so in one episode of the series, they get a cease and desist letter from Robbie Robertson from the band, saying you have to stop using the word the band in your name, not Nirvana at all, right? And so they have to go and meet Robbie Robertson, try and get him to sign off on their use of the band.
Is that in the movie?
No, this is in the web series,
Okay.
2007. I'm kind of giving you a little bit of lore.
All right.
And so these two guys are kind of singularly focused on getting to play at the Rivoli Theater, as though it were like Madison Square Garden, like if we could just get into the Rivoli. And each episode was them hatching a new plan, a new plot to get noticed, and it was absurd and it was hilarious. And also, what I loved about it was each episode featured an homage to an old movie or an old TV series, whether it was them ripping off the intro or using the theme song or a theme from that movie in that particular episode. It was kind of brilliant. So this short series led to a Canadian television show called Nirvana, the band, the show in 2016. Odd Canadian humor, and they're back. And now here they are in 2026 in this feature film. Now you know it's the movie because the movie is in the title. And it's these guys still trying to achieve the same dream of getting to play at the Rivoli Theater. And Matt, he's the one in the hat. He's the ideas guy. And he has a wacky plan that could never work. Jay is skeptical, but we've got 100 minutes to fill, so let's give it a shot. And it's a wacky comedy. The film, for me, works on a lot of levels. If you're a fan of their past, there's a lot in there for you. There's a lot of little in-jokes. If you know nothing about them and you walk in cold, there are so many things going on that are hilarious in the most Canadian humor type of way. Like, it's just absurdist humor. I love it. I think Matt Johnson, who's the director and the writer, he's a comedic genius. He's happy to make himself the butt of every joke. And it's just these two guys who form a band that nobody wants to listen to and nobody cares about, and they think that they're just one step away from stardom. And this movie had me cracking up. I mean, I want to see it again. I saw it in a fairly full theater of people who were fans of it. One big group of guys came in, probably 15 of them, and they were all fans of the show.
Wow.
And so they knew all the in-jokes, and it was a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed it. Matt Johnson, like I said, I think he's hilarious. He's also, if you want to see more from him, go see this. And then he directed and starred in a movie called Operation Avalanche a few years ago, which is a dark satire about the government faking the moon landing and bringing in Stanley Kubrick to do it. And he's kind of the guy responsible for trying to make it all happen. It's a great film. I think that's on Max right now. Operation Avalanche, but Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, confusing title, hilarious comedy, and you don't need to have ever seen anything before it to go see this to enjoy it. It's a really fun movie. Pays homage to one of the great 1980 movies. Is kind of a running theme throughout this movie is an homage to one of my favorite films from the 80s, which I don't want to tell you. But it's great.
Okay.
I love it. I gave it 4.5 stars.
Wow.
One of the better comedies I've seen in recent
when you
years.
told me you were going to see this, I thought this was a documentary about
a lot of people do.
Nirvana,
The title, yes.
the Kurt Cobain band.
Right, of course.
And I don't know.
But you see the spelling of Nirvana had to be
Yeah,
different.
well, they get away with it because of the double N's,
In the
right?
show, it wasn't. It was spelled like Nirvana the band, but once...
They didn't get any trouble for that?
No, but once Neon picked them up and we're going to put out a movie, then we got to get a little more creative with it.
Because
They were so far under the radar before that no one cared.
There's also a Nirvana band from the 60s.
Oh.
You probably don't know that.
Oh, man.
Yeah. The British band from the 60s.
Okay.
That
Used
were
to
around for a few
go
years.
check them out when you were in high school?
Well, now. But I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
Didn't
it's
have
fun.
a clue. Okay.
It's good. It's good. I'm looking forward to seeing it again. It's a fun comedy. So Nirvana the band, the show, the movie, confusing title, terrific comedy, 4.5 stars.
I mean, is it an actual band where they play instruments?
Kind of. So Matt is the singer. He just basically creates lyrics out of nowhere. Jay is an accomplished pianist. And he just starts playing, and then Matt creates lyrics. It's absurd. They're terrible.
Okay.
It's wonderful. There you go. All right, let's move on to the next one. You have this one, sir. There you go. Look at that. handsome guy.
Yeah, How to Make a Killing. It's directed by John Patton Ford, and it stars that guy, Glenn Powell. He plays Beckett Redfellow, the son of single mother Mary Redfellow of the wealthy Redfellow family. How did they become so wealthy? We're never really told. But Mary is exiled from the family after she becomes pregnant. She chooses to keep the baby. She dies when Beckett is just a child, but not before telling her son to fight for the life he deserves to have. And although Mary doesn't tell Beckett how to do that, Beckett, as an adult, slowly decides that the only way to move up the Redfellow inheritance ladder is to start killing off one Redfellow family member after another to claim the family fortune.
Makes total sense.
That is pretty much it. I mean, he finds a way to open a door into the family through his uncle, Warren Redfellow, who's played by Bill Camp, who we just don't see in enough movies. And he comes up with some, fairly benign methods of knocking off his cousins and others to climb to the top of the money pile. Along the way, he falls in love with the girlfriend of one of his victims, played by Jessica Henwick, because murder just isn't enough. You got to have some romance mixed in. He's also become the focus of an FBI investigation by two agents who just don't seem to care too much about what they're doing or solving the murders. Now, I don't know if you knew this movie was originally supposed to star Shia LaBeouf and Mel Gibson.
Wow. Two noted Hollywood crazies.
Yeah, Shia's been in the news lately.
Yeah, he has.
Was Glenn Powell the better choice? Of course. But, we talked about him in Running Man.
Yeah.
He starred in that. I said there was something missing in that movie.
Yep.
And it's missing in this one.
Really?
And that's a sense of humor. I mean, he plays these characters fairly straight without his tongue planted firmly in cheek. He's kind of boring.
When you're that good looking, you have to be a little tongue-in-cheek, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I hate that guy.
He just didn't convince me that he could become this somewhat cold-blooded killer, and he didn't even convince me that he was interested in the relationship with this woman. He really didn't convince me of anything that he did. It was kind of a blah performance, and I'm still waiting for that big Glenn Powell movie to come out. This is not it. And you got some fairly big names and throwaway roles here. You got Topher Grace and Ed Harris and Margaret Qualley, who always seems to play the same sinister femme fatale character.
Yeah.
She plays it here, but their contributions aren't all that great. This movie was supposedly loosely inspired by the 1949 British film Kind Hearts and Coronets. Do you remember that one?
No, I do not.
Starred Alec Guinness.
Okay.
He played,
I know him.
He played each of the family members who had to be killed.
No.
He played each one.
I love it.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it.
Oh. Run that title by me again?
Kind Hearts and Coronets.
I'm going to find that movie.
Yeah. So this movie tries to be dark. It's not.
Okay.
It tries to be funny. It's not. It's not bad, but it's not up to the caliber of what John Patton Ford did before, and that was. Remember Emily the Criminal?
Yeah, love it.
He
Aubrey
directed
Plaza.
that in 2022,
Yeah.
which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So I gave it, it's got all the right ingredients, but the end result's just average. I gave it 2.5 stars.
2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an odd career. I mean, he kind of burst onto the scene. I know he'd done other things, but Glenn Powell burst onto the scene with Maverick, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's a household name. He does Twisters, and the Sydney Sweeney
Anyone But You.
Anyone But You, which was a massive sensation. And then it's kind of been a lot of letdowns along the way.
I think I'm waiting for it. I know he's got it in him.
Yeah.
But it's
well,
just,
Hollywood's
for
going to
me,
keep giving him shots.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a lot on his plate, but I just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. All right. The film I went to see, I took my wife and daughter to go see Scream 7 this week. We are fans of the Scream franchise, my wife and I.
You took your daughter?
It was her first. I took my daughter and her friend.
Oh, wow.
It was her first horror movie in theaters, right? They're like, we want to go get scared. They had it all planned out. We're dressing in our black and white for Ghostface. Let's go. I was excited for it. We had to sit on the other side of the theater from them because we couldn't sit by, they didn't want us near them.
That's not cool. to sit
Obviously.
with the parents. No.
But my wife and I are huge fans of the Scream franchise because when it started, we were dating. And we've gone to see all the movies in theaters
Really?
together. Yeah.
Okay.
And so here we are, Kevin Williamson back again with Scream 7. This film had an odd history, though, because Scream... Oh, sorry. There we go. Scream 5 and 6 kind of restarted this franchise with new characters. Ghostface still the killer, but this film had a bit of a journey because they had to replace their leads before this movie was made. They had to replace everyone and try and figure out what to do. Lead actress Melissa Barrera, who was the star of 5 and 6, was fired after some social media posts about the war in Gaza.
Yeah.
Were kind of deemed troublesome. And then second lead Jenna Ortega left after that because she didn't want to stick around if Melissa Barrera wasn't there.
Okay.
So they had to replace basically everybody. And so Kevin Williamson said, well, then let's just go to the past. Let's drag up some of our old stars. And we can't move forward with this franchise. And so, once again, let's focus on our past and try and drag up another storyline off of that original movie and center it around any character from the original that they can, whether they're alive or dead. And so we get this movie. Neve Campbell is brought back as Sydney, the star of the original films. Ghostface is also back. He's going after Sydney again, targeting her daughter Tatum, who's played by Isabel May. She's a rebellious teen who is named after Rose McGowan's character in the original, who was killed in the first film. You know what's going to happen? Teens are being hunted. Sydney's being taunted by Ghostface. A face from the past, who we all saw die, makes an appearance. There's no spoilers. He's in all the trailers and all that. Matthew Lillard is back. He was Stu Macher, one of the killers in the first movie. Nobody stays dead in movies. We also have Courtney Cox is back as Gail Weathers, the news lady. Joel McHale is in this film as Sydney's husband, who's also the police chief, who follows in the long line of bumbling police chiefs in this franchise.
Because that was David Arquette, wasn't it?
He was in the original. He was Deputy Dewey.
Yeah.
So the big question is Stu Macher back, or is it some sick AI joke? Right? This is what we're doing. But what we've created in this movie is the least inspired, lazy bit of filmmaking that this franchise has ever seen. I'm a fan of this franchise, but I don't care that much about the legacy of the original film to keep revisiting the original film, movie after movie after movie. This film just shoegazes at the original, like, oh, wasn't this so great? All it does is remind me how much better the first film was than this. It's unfortunate because I liked 5 and 6 and I liked where they were going. And this movie has kind of become the scary movie to itself, like the parody of itself. And it's crazy. It's got 30-year-olds playing teenagers, speaking gibberish that no teenager would speak. Like a script dialogue that's like it's written by ChatGPT. No one speaks like this. Like I said, Joel McHale, the most incompetent police chief, ridiculous. There's a Scooby-Doo ending that
had my
Is
audience.
he in it?
Might as well. My audience was groaning at the end of this movie.
Were they really?
Oh, come on. This is so dumb. And the decision to bring back old faces, pun intended, did not work. And Sydney is a character, someone who I've often found unlikable because she's treated like royalty in this franchise. She's treated like a scream queen, which, sure, she is, but in the movie, she's treated like they refer to her as a scream queen. It's a weird character dynamic. She acts like she's the only person in this universe that's ever dealt with trauma or death, despite living in a town where dozens of people have had loved ones murdered in front of them. She acts like she's the only one who has to deal with it. She's exhausting to be around. The new Tatum and her friends follow a similar script of acting dumb. You know, they just witnessed one of their friends get slaughtered in front of them, and then minutes later, like, well, we got to go to a party. We can't let Ghostface stop us from having that party where he's obviously going to show up and kill everyone. Gale Weathers is back. There's no need for that.
Gosh.
And at one time, this was the premier teen horror franchise.
Yeah.
Scream was the one. And after a slumping third and fourth film, the fifth and sixth ones were taking it in a new direction with new ideas. And unfortunately, this was a laughable mess. Like I said, I brought my 12-year-old daughter and her friend. They were hoping to be scared. They were laughing throughout the movie.
Were they really?
Yes. They said there was one part, it just got gross. And they're like, oh, that's gross. But otherwise, they were laughing when they should have been scared.
Yeah.
This movie didn't work for anyone. I was really disappointed in it. I hope that they just stop with bringing back the old faces and let's do something else. And so, unfortunately, Scream 7 for me got a 1.5 star.
Wow.
Not a fun time.
Okay.
No need to go
Guess
see
you got to
this.
wait for Scream 8.
It's coming. They're never going to stop making them. Yeah. So anyways, that will not be talked about next year on the Oscars telecast. But what we do have is our Oscars 2026. Oh, there's a quick reveal. Sorry, I didn't know where we were at. We're going to go through the acting categories, the director category, best picture, talk about those, who we think will win, who we predict will win, and who, if we were given our choices, we would give that award to ourselves.
Okay.
And we're kind of going to work our way through those. And so I'm going to go ahead and get us started here with our best supporting actor race, where last year we saw Kieran Culkin win for A Real Pain. This year, our nominees are Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo for Sinners, Sean Penn in One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. I ask you, even though I think I know, who do you predict will be getting that award?
Well, I think it's a race between Skarsgård, Sean Penn, and Delroy Lindo. And the safe pick is Sean Penn. He won the Actor Award, which used to be Screen Actors Guild.
Right.
He won BAFTA. But I'm going to go with the sentimental pick, which is Sentimental Values, Stellan Skarsgård. He's never been nominated before.
He's never been nominated?
No, he's never been nominated.
okay.
And I thought what he did playing this director who wants to create that one last great film, but also try to connect with his daughters after being absentee. I thought it was a little better than what Sean Penn did. I thought Sean Penn was great in One Battle. He was the best performance of that movie. Penn has won the Oscar twice, and right now he's been reluctant to be a part of the awards process. I don't know if that's a factor. It might be in the minds of some people.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, Stellan Skarsgård for winning this.
Now, who would you give your award to?
I'm going off the grid on this.
I like this.
This is not someone who's been nominated.
Okay, good.
Andrew Scott of Blue Moon.
Oh,
Now,
there he is.
he played Richard Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
He's only in the movie for a brief time, but you see how much of a presence he has in a couple of brief conversations with Lorenz Hart, played by Ethan Hawke. They used to be songwriting partners. Now Rogers is feeling the euphoria of opening
Of Rogers
night.
and Hammerstein.
Rogers and Hammerstein. It's the opening night of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He knows there's big things to come, but at the same time, he's grateful for what he did with Hart. He wants to work with Hart, but he knows that could be a problem.
Yeah.
And boy, you see all those emotions in those brief conversations that he has
Yeah.
with Ethan Hawke. And I thought, wow, he should have been nominated.
That's a great choice.
Yeah, I really loved him in that.
I hadn't thought about that, but he was great in that, in a great movie. All right, I'm very torn on this category, and I'm kind of, my prediction, keep going back and forth between Penn and Skarsgård. think Skarsgård had more to do in the movie. He was
Yeah, he did.
the lead of that movie. And after rewatching them both, which one did I lean with? I went with Sean Penn. He's a great.
I don't
one of the
think
better
you're-
villains
I
we
don't
saw.
think you're wrong on that.
Yeah, one of the better villains we saw all year last year. Kind of a complicated character, has a lot going on, more than just being the bad guy. There's odd motivations, almost sympathetic in a couple of moments, in an odd way.
Yeah.
Odd physicality that he brings to the role. I don't know if the Academy wants him up on stage smoking cigarettes, but
If he shows up.
yeah, I mean, great performances from both of them. I think that he gets the edge. But for me, it's actually neither of those two. My favorite, and it's kind of sentimental, not in the way that you get, an actor that I love and I wish would get more recognition and thought he should have won an award a few years ago during the pandemic, and that's my guy, Delroy Lindo,
Yeah.
who I absolutely adore. I thought for in The Five Bloods
Yes.
during the pandemic, I thought he should have
Yep.
been recognized for that. He's great. He's an actor that more people should know his name. And I thought he was phenomenal in this as the old bluesman who kind of ties a lot of the story together for Sinners. And I just really, sentimentally, I really want him to get an award because he's
And
great.
I think he's got a shot at it. I really do.
I hope he does
Yeah.
because I loved Sinners, and I'm also kind of afraid that the acting categories are going to be a struggle for them to get recognized in. And I think that Sinners is going to get a lot of below the line Oscars, but I would love for him to be a representative of that movie and get an award. So I'm pulling for him, if nothing else. All right, let's move on to our Best Supporting Actress category, where last year we saw Zoe Saldana win for Emilia Perez. This year, our nominees are Elle Fanning in Sentimental Value, Inga Ibsdottir Ilias, also for Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan in Weapons, Tiana Taylor in One Battle After Another, and Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners. So, come March 15th, who do you see holding the trophy in their hands?
Well, I'm picking a nominee whose performance I did not see,
Oh,
and that's Amy Madigan of Weapons.
interesting.
I think it's a race between Madigan.
There she is.
There she is. Not as Aunt Gladys.
Yeah.
But as herself. I think it's between Madigan, Tiana Taylor, and Wunmi Masako.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the odds are with Taylor, but I'm going with Madigan. I think this is going to be one of those Oscars awarded for career achievement. Her first movie was in 1982. She's only been nominated for an Oscar once before, and that
Wow.
was for Twice in a Lifetime with Gene Hackman.
Yeah, wow.
She's one of those actresses, you see her in a movie or on TV and you go, I've seen her before,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
can't think of
Yeah,
her
yeah,
name.
she's that one.
And I think the Academy is going to recognize for the work that she's done, her body of work. Did you know this? I didn't even know this as I was looking this up and preparing for the show. She graduated with a degree in philosophy from Marquette
Oh, all right.
in
Wisconsin's own.
1972.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
She's
cool. I
from
did not know that.
Chicago.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to give it to her for
I
Weapons.
loved
I don't
Weapons.
know. Maybe a lot of the Academy members haven't seen Weapons.
It would be interesting because, she is a graphic character in that movie. She is the movie. She shows up, the movie gets cranked up 10 levels all of a sudden. Like, oh no. And from what I've been reading, they're deciding to make an Aunt Gladys spin-off movie.
Yeah, I read that.
I don't know if we need that, but she brings it in that movie, and I loved it. And I would love if she gets it. I think there's some great performances. I do think that the two ladies from Sentimental Value might split the vote.
Yeah.
This is a tough one for me. Oh, I'm sorry.
You gotta, okay.
I jumped ahead. Who are you
okay.
giving your award to?
I'm going to give it to one from Sentimental Value, and that's Inga Ibsdottir Lilius.
Great.
Oh, I mean, I've never seen her before until now. Yeah, she's nominated along with Elle Fanning. She plays one of the sisters along with Renata Reinsva.
Yeah.
And her performance really differentiates her from the other sister, the other character. And it's such a standout performance. It was the standout performance of the film for me. I hope she deserves to win, but I don't think she
Yeah,
will.
her character has a little more to do. Like, she outshone Renata Reinsva, which I didn't think was possible. But
Yeah.
her character has dualities to her, where kind of the other ones
Well, she kind of
don't.
wants to forgive the
the
father,
pleasing
but at
daughter.
the same time, she wants to protect her son because
Right.
the father wants to put the son in the movie.
She's got a lot to do in that movie.
Yeah,
She's great.
yeah.
I like that a lot. Okay, so for me, on Oscar night, I see Tiana Taylor
Yeah,
getting this award.
I kind of think you're right.
I feel like they want to give it to her. I guess I'm predicting One Battle After Another to take home the first couple acting awards. But yeah, she's great. I love Tiana Taylor in films. She was in a movie a couple years ago that I cannot pull the name off the top of my head, where she plays a struggling single mother, destitute. I didn't know who she was at the time. I was like, this lady's amazing. She's great. And I love that she's getting some shine for this. Doesn't have a ton of screen time in this movie.
No, she's not in for that long.
Rewatched this again a couple weeks ago in preparation for our best of show. And yeah, she's in and out of this movie fairly quickly, but she's impactful. And it's her character that is kind of the motivation for why everybody's doing everything.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's a great performance. And so I do think that she will win. And I struggled when making my choice of who I want to win, who I would give the award to, between Inga and her. And I ended up giving it to Tiana Taylor.
Oh, okay. All right.
Couple great performances. I end up giving it to her just because I do think that it's her. The movie is really pivoted on her and how every idiot man in this movie reacts to coming in contact with her. And I enjoy it. I enjoy her quite a bit in this. Let's move on to our lead actor category, where last year we saw Adrian Brody take it home for The Brutalist. This year our nominees are Timothée Chalamet in Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Michael B. Jordan for dual roles in Sinners, Wagner Moura in The Secret Agent, and Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon. All right, who is going to hear their name called Sunday night?
I think it's going to be Michael B. Jordan from Sinners.
Oh.
Now, I've seen some of the movie, not all of it, so I will admit to that. But this, to me, was the toughest category from which to predict.
I think for the acting categories, there's no doubt. There's a couple guys that were left out that,
Yeah.
I mean, but who do you replace them with? Because everyone is strong in this.
This was Timothée Chalamet's to lose, and then he was pulling ahead of the pack, and then he lost some steam. He lost the BAFTA. He lost the actor award to Michael B. Jordan. I think the momentum right now is with Jordan. This is his first nomination for an Oscar.
Yeah.
I think the Academy is going to recognize him. He plays two roles in this. I mean, that's
And
hard.
plays them both convincingly where you forget that, that's not two actors.
That's a difficult task for any actor. The upset here could come from Wagner Moura from The Secret Agent, who I thought was also great.
Yeah. I would love if Michael B. Jordan gets this. I mean, his collaborations with Ryan Coogler have been amazing, from Fruitvale Station all the way up until Sinners. It's been great, so I would love that. But now, who are you giving the Stevie Award to?
The Stevie should go to Ethan Hawke of Blue Moon. And again, he played Lorenz Hart. I was fully prepared to say that it should go to Joel Edgerton. And I think he still should have been nominated for Train Dreams. But then I saw Blue Moon recently, and the scales for me tipped because Hawke's performance, I mean, this movie is not for everyone. It's basically Hawke or Lorenz Hart talking at a bar.
Yeah, just holding court.
Yeah, he's in every scene, and he pulled it off, much to my surprise.
And was convincingly playing a short guy.
Yeah, and I thought this is not going to be good, and he pulled it off. I like Ethan Hawke. I've never seen him in a role like this before. This is the guy who played the grabber in The Black Phone.
Yeah. He's a great actor.
He's come a long way from 1985's Explorers. Remember that?
Love that movie.
That's
I
your
love kid adventure movies, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
And did you know he directed a documentary last year about Merle Haggard?
Yes. Yeah, I didn't see it, but yeah.
I think it's on Mubi.
I love it.
So
He's great.
Yeah.
I think there's no one in this category I would be upset if they won. Unlike last year, there were some guys who were like,
You're right.
This year, you say any name, I go, yeah, they were great. They deserve it.
Yeah.
So for me, my prediction, it's tough. I ended up going with Timothée Chalamet for my prediction. I feel
I figured that.
like Hollywood is just in love with him right now. Whether it was the best performance or not of the year, I feel like they're just in love with him and want to get him up on that stage and put the photos up of him holding the Oscar. And that's what everyone talks about is Chalamet. Whether I think it was the best performance of the year, that's to be seen, but I do think that he's the guy. Now, I do think that the movie is losing a little steam thanks to their director
Yeah.
and some of the horrible things that have come out about him. And I
Yeah.
think that's kind of hurt the movie in itself. But I think that Hollywood loves this guy. Now, for me, I give the Golden Rabbit out to Wagner Moura from The Secret Agent, who, when I saw that movie,
And that's not a bad pick.
also slyly plays double characters in
Yes.
this movie towards the end.
Yep.
I go, wait a minute, was that? All you do is shave a beard off this guy? He looks different, but he's great because he's every scene of this movie, and there's a lot going on in this film with him, and I was blown away by him for a guy who I don't know who he is. I don't know if I've seen anything he's been in before, but
No, I never have.
was
And I
completely
streamed
blown
this,
away.
and I thought I didn't know what to expect by watching this, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
I loved it. But like we talked about before, you mentioned Joel Edgerton. I
Yeah.
feel like Jesse Plemons should be nominated.
Yes.
I mean, this category is so deep this year that I'd be happy with any of these guys getting it. Let's move on to our lead actress category, where last year Mikey Madison won for your favorite movie, Nora. This year, the nominees are as follows: Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue, Renata Reinsve for Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Begonia. Now, who do you think is going to get this award?
This is the no-brainer category of the Oscars.
Yeah.
Jessie Buckley's going to win this. It's not my personal preference, but I won't be mad at this choice. She was fantastic in Hamnet, especially in the final third of the movie. It's not only a great performance, but it's a way for the Academy to recognize the film, because I don't know if it's going to win anything else.
I agree.
Now we get to see her in something completely different. It's The Bride. It's out now.
Yes.
Totally different, but I think Jessie Buckley will win this one.
I feel like every year
Hands
there's
down.
at least one category where it's like,
Yeah,
well, this one's
this
not
is
even
it.
a competition.
You got this, yeah.
So you said this wasn't your personal favorite, so
No.
who's getting the award from you?
I'm going with Rose Byrne from If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
She's great too.
While I applaud Jessie Buckley's performance, Rose Byrne's performance as the mother and the wife and the professional who's under extreme pressure from all different directions.
overwhelmed.
And you're just like, what else is going to go wrong? To me, it was the more complete performance from start to finish. She's in just about every scene in this movie. If you want to see a film about a woman being stretched to her limits, avoid Die, My Love. We've talked about it.
This is the better version of that movie.
See this film instead. She had me on the edge of my seat, wondering what she was going to do next. It's her first nomination. It's a raw.
That's hard to believe.
performance. It really is.
It's hard to believe she's never been nominated. She's such a great actress.
She is.
But yeah, all right. I like those. I like that choice. Yeah, for me, I think that it's got to go
Yeah.
to Jessie Buckley. I think she's going to win, and we'll just skip right to this. And that's who I would give it to. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. I've talked enough about what this movie did to me in the theater. I loved it, and it was all because of her. So, yeah, this one will be a shocking upset if she's not holding the award at the end of the night.
Yeah.
All right, we move on to our Best Director, which every year I say this, but if you're going to nominate 10 movies for Best Picture, this should be 10 directors. In this
I agree with
It's
that.
ridiculous that
I
you
agree
cut
with that.
half of the Best Picture nominees
Yeah.
right out of the competition. Just stupid.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
So this year, last year, Sean Baker won for Anora. This year we have Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Ryan Coogler for Sinners, and Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value. So one of these folks is going to get the big award. Who's it going to?
Yeah, I think this one is fairly obvious. There could be an upset here, but I think it's going to be Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. He won the Directors Guild. Usually when you win the Directors Guild, you win this. Not always, but it
Yeah, it's a
usually
pretty
is
good-
what happens. He's won just about everything else. He's never won an Academy Award before, which is hard to believe. He's been nominated for Best Director 3 times before.
Guy's made so many classics.
I know. And I know you and I disagree about this. I don't think it's his best film, but I think he is due. His only real competition is Ryan Coogler of Sinners.
Who I would love to see win too.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be upset about that at all. This is Coogler's first nomination for Best Director. I think Paul Thomas Anderson will win for his body of work.
All right, and you give your award though to
Somebody that wasn't nominated that should have been. Get rid of Josh Safdie from from Marty Supreme,
Yeah.
and bring in Clint Bentley, who directed Train Dreams. It's a much better film, in my opinion. And a lot of credit goes to him for the vision that he had for this story. He also co-wrote it. He's nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay. I don't think he's going to win that. That's going to also go to Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle. I can't wait to see what he directs next. This is his second film as director, the first one being Jockey, which I loved from 2021.
Yeah.
I
Have to
would
track it down.
Yeah, I would love, he should get this award.
All right. Yeah, I agree with you on who I think is going to win. It's Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
Is going to walk away with this one. Nothing else, because his body of work has been so great, and the fact that he's never been recognized. This is a great movie. It's all him, and so I think he's going to win. And that's why I give my award to as well. Yeah, I mean, he's great. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. He's a phenomenal director. It's criminal that he's never been recognized. He always seems to put up one of his great movies in a year where there's another great movie that just seems to get it. And he's always like, well, next time, Paul. Well, this is his time. And so I think he's definitely due for this one. Now, Best Picture, the big award of the night. Last year, Anora won. In my opinion, the best movie of the year. This year, we have 10 nominees again. We have Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. Most of those movies we've talked about, other than F1, we've already kind of mentioned throughout here. Now, who are you predicting will win Best Picture?
I think it's going to go to Sinners. Now, let me tell you how I came up with this,
Okay.
all right? Because the Academy does do this.
They split it.
They're going to recognize Paul Thomas Anderson in One Battle with Best Director, and then they're going to recognize Sinners with Best Picture.
Sure.
This has happened before,
Yeah.
and each film is going to win a screenplay award. Adapted screenplay for Battle, original to Sinners, and now you got to split the difference. And I think that's how it's going to play out. Even though, and again, I haven't seen all of Sinners. From what I have seen, it's very good. Even though I think One Battle is the better of the two, but not by much. Plus, Sinners earned 16 nominations,
crazy.
which I believe is the most ever for a film in a single year.
Yep.
And now, the caveat to all this is that the Producer Guild Awards, which is sometimes the barometer, One Battle won. And the PGA has only been wrong 2 times in the last 9 years, when it picked 1917 over Parasite
Bad choice.
and La La Land over Moonlight.
Some say it won. Depends on when you turned off the telecast.
Plus, Sinners won the Ensemble Prize at the Actor Awards. I don't know how much weight you put into that.
Yeah.
I think Sinners is going to take it home.
Yeah, it happens
Just
when they
for
split
that
it.
reason alone, the splitting of the difference
That would be
between
great.
the two.
Now, your award is going to,
Train Dreams.
of course. Oh, we just skipped by it. There it is.
Of the 10 on my list, on the list of nominees, this is my favorite. I mean, one of the signs of a great movie is that it not only tells a powerful story by what you hear, but also what you see.
Yes.
And what you see in this movie is just overwhelming and beautiful, but also tragic at the same time. I hope this movie wins Best Cinematography, but
I think it's got to.
I think it's going to go to Sinners.
I don't know. I hope this one
The
does.
acting from not only Joel Edgerton, but also from Felicity Jones and Carrie Condon, William H. Macy. The narrator was Will Patton. Just first rate. It's on Netflix. Please see it. Be patient with it. It takes its time.
Yeah, it's a slow burn.
It's not something that's going to come right out and jump at you. It's a slow mover, but you will be rewarded in the end.
Are they ready to give a Netflix movie Best Picture?
No, they're not.
Yeah,
They're
that's the
It's
worry.
not
This
gonna
is a
happen.
Netflix movie.
I think we're a ways away from that.
Yeah. I think that on the night of, I think One Battle is going to win.
Yeah.
I think it's just kind of the way it's pointed, and my prediction also goes, or my pick also goes with them. You know, Marty Supreme is a movie I loved. It's been hard to support it after some of the things, and it's just I normally can support the art from the artist. I struggle with wanting Josh Safdie to win anything. One Battle is a great movie. I loved everyone in it. I predicted two awards for the acting, I absolutely love it. I would be overjoyed if Sinners wins. Like this, there's a lot of movies this year I'm rooting for. I would be overjoyed if Train Dreams won. There's so many good movies this year. We're kind of blessed with the 10 movies. You can cut half of them out. Okay, these aren't good. Frankenstein's not going to win Best Picture. F1's not going to win Best Picture.
If Begonia wins, I will never watch the Oscars again.
But there's a handful of these that I'm like, I would be very happy if they won.
Yes.
Secret Agent won, I'd be cool with it. But yeah, these are our predictions. I guess we find out on our next episode how good we did with these.
Was there a movie that wasn't in the list that you should have been in the top 10, in the 10?
Yes, and actually, let me mention that here. I did want to mention what I thought, outside of acting, was the toughest category for me. So this past week, I just finished watching every movie that was nominated for an Oscar in any category, right? There's 50 movies that were nominated for an award.
You're a better guy than me.
I was able to track down every short film and documentary and international film. And the toughest category for me is Best International Film, and there's a few of these that should have been. Secret Agent was nominated. Sentimental Value was nominated. But The Voice of Hind Rajab is a movie that I just watched this week that ripped. It felt like I was being. My review was felt like I was being punched in the stomach and stabbed in the face at the same time by this movie. It was a tough watch. Incredible. It was just an accident. It was a movie that I believe was in my top 10 or just outside my top 10.
I think it was.
Yeah, great. And Surat is another movie, very difficult to find. Was incredible. A Spanish film that was incredible to watch. Any of those movies could have been in the top 10, could have replaced F1, could have replaced Frankenstein, frankly. I would have been very happy with that. I think we're blessed with a lot of great international films this year. Just great stuff.
I mean, I saw Frankenstein.
Yes.
I did watch it.
Yeah.
I normally don't watch stuff
love
like
it.
that. It's not in the top 5 of the 10 that were nominated.
Yeah.
It's close.
Yeah.
And I actually thought, and I was going to mention this for Best Supporting Actress, I kind of thought Mia Goth could have been nominated.
Yeah.
I thought she was really
I love her
good.
and everything. She
But
needs to be nominated.
as far as a movie that's not on the list, mine's not as sophisticated as yours, but I wanted to see Song Sung Blue in there.
Of course.
I'm just an old sentimental fool.
Big softy. Well, we're going to find out. Oscars telecast, the 98th Academy Awards are Sunday, March 15th, so tune in for that. And
Last time on network television.
Yes, that's right. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll be discussing the results of them on our next episode when we reconvene. Next month, we're also going to be talking about, we got some movies. We're finally getting into some interesting movie categories, finally. We have the film Hoppers, the animated film Hoppers, which just
When I was
came
getting
out.
my glasses,
Yes.
I was at the eye doctor's, and there was a woman in line ahead of me that was getting her glasses fitted, and she was talking about going to see Hoppers.
Just so she could go see
with
Hoppers?
her family.
I love it.
She said, my daughter wants to go see this. And then she mentioned, I thought her daughter was just a young kid.
Yeah.
Her daughter's 18 years old.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I want to go see it.
Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
We also have, you mentioned it offhand, The Bride. We'll be discussing that. We have the new horror sequel, Ready or Not 2, which I'm very excited for. I love that first one. The big movie of the month, Project Hail Mary. Yeah, very
You know why I'm
for that.
excited about that?
Ah, your guy, I know. Big Gosling head over here.
Ryan Gosling, yeah.
We have the film They Will Kill You with Zazie Beetz. The Super Mario Galaxy movie. The drama starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. Their rom-com together. You'll see that. And then Normal, the new Bob Odenkirk action thriller will be playing, which is also showing at the Wisconsin Film Festival, which, quick plug, Wisconsin Film Festival is coming up in the middle of April. Going to be showing Normal as well as several other movies with people you might want to check out. And you'll see us both working there at the Wisconsin Film Festival. So give that a peek when you have time. But it's going to be exciting stuff. Next time we meet, we're going to have a lot of movies to talk about, as well as maybe things that we saw at the Film Fest.
Yeah.
We'll
Looking
see.
forward to it.
All right. Well, that was our Oscars picks and predictions. Until next month, though, I'm Jameson.
And I'm Steve.
Have a great one.